Hello there, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to discuss the disturbing case of the boy in the box, also known as America's unknown child. In 1957, a young boy's brutally murdered body was found in a cardboard box in Philadelphia. The case has remained unsolved for over 6 decades until recently, when a breakthrough in forensic technology led to the identification and arrest of a suspect. The suspect was sentenced in court, finally bringing justice for the victim and closure for the community. Join us as we delve into the details of this case and the remarkable efforts that led to its resolution. But before we get started, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more true crime content. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on another upload. Now let's get started.
The boy appeared to be malnourished, and his body bore the signs of recent and past trauma. In his very short life, it was apparent that this child experienced...
Good evening, everyone. After 65 long years, we finally solved the Boy in the Box murder case. The Boy in the Box murder case, also known as America's unknown child, dates back to 1957. A young boy's body was found brutally murdered and left in a cardboard box in Philadelphia. The case has remained unsolved for over 6 decades, and it's been a mystery that has haunted the nation ever since. The murder of the boy in the box is one of the most disturbing unsolved cases in the history of American criminal justice. The victim, estimated to be around 4 to 6 years old, was found in a cardboard box in Fox Chase, Philadelphia on February 25, 1957. The box was discarded near a set of railroad tracks, and the child's naked body was wrapped in a blanket. An autopsy revealed that the boy had been subjected to severe physical abuse, including multiple fractures to his skull, ribs, and arms. The coroner determined that the cause of death was a severe blow to the head. The child had also been starved and had numerous scars and bruises on his body. Despite an extensive investigation and public appeals for information, the boy's identity has never been determined. He's often referred to as America's unknown child or the boy in the box. The case has generated widespread public interest and has been the subject of numerous books, television shows, and documentaries. Over the years, investigators pursued numerous leads and theories in an attempt to solve the case. In 2002, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children released a facial reconstruction of the victim, hoping to generate new leads. However, no one has ever come forward with information that could lead to the identification of the boy or his killer. However, after decades of searching, justice has finally been served. The investigation into the murder of the boy in the box has been ongoing since the discovery of the victim's body in 1957. The Philadelphia Police Department has pursued numerous leads and suspects over the years, but all have failed to provide a breakthrough in the case. The lack of progress in the investigation has frustrated law enforcement officials and the public alike, with many wondering if the case would ever be solved. However, in 2022, a significant breakthrough occurred in the investigation.
Really hopeful because I think not only do they want to identify him, they really want to find out exactly what happened and how he died.
And of course, this case is not solved as yet. So Terry, what's next for the investigation? Is finally finding out how he died, by whom?
The police department received new information that led to the identification of a suspect. Advanced forensic techniques, including DNA testing, were utilized to match the suspect's DNA with samples taken from the crime scene. The identification of the suspect was a major step forward in the investigation and provided renewed hope that justice could finally be served for the victim. The discovery of new evidence was a significant development in the case and sparked renewed interest from the public and law enforcement officials. The investigation continued to gather momentum as new leads were pursued and witnesses were interviewed. The persistence and dedication of the investigators involved in the case paid off, and their efforts ultimately led to the arrest and conviction of the suspect responsible for the heinous crime. The breakthrough in the case provided a long-awaited resolution to one of the most enduring mysteries in the history of American criminal justice. Following the identification of a suspect in the Boy in the Box case, the Philadelphia Police Department made an arrest in the case. The man, who was in his 80s and living in the Philadelphia area, was known to have been involved in the case and admitted to killing the young boy. The suspect was taken into custody and charged with murder, bringing hope to the community that justice would finally be served. The suspect's trial was a long-awaited moment for the community, as the public and law enforcement officials had been waiting for over 6 decades for the killer to be brought to justice. In court, the suspect pleaded guilty to third-degree murder, acknowledging that he had committed the heinous crime. The plea was a relief to the victim's family and the community, as it ensured that the case wouldn't go unsolved any longer. The judge presiding over the case handed down a sentence to 10 to 20 years in prison for the convicted murderer. The sentence provided some sense of closure to the community, as the killer was finally held accountable for his actions. Although the sentence may seem short given the severity of the crime, the conviction and imprisonment of the suspect were still seen as a significant victory for justice and law enforcement in Philadelphia. The sentencing of the murderer marked the end of a long and painful chapter in the history of the boy-in-the-box case, bringing closure and justice to the victim and his family after over 6 decades of unanswered questions. The boy-in-the-box case has been one of the most notorious unsolved crimes in the history of the United States. For over 6 decades, the mystery surrounding the murder of a young boy whose identity was never discovered has gripped the nation's attention. However, after years of dogged investigative work, the Philadelphia Police Department has finally been able to solve this heinous crime. The use of advanced forensic techniques and DNA testing played a pivotal role in cracking the case, providing investigators with the tools they needed to identify the suspect. The dedication and perseverance of the Philadelphia Police Department cannot be overstated, as they worked tirelessly to solve the case, following up on every lead and tip they received. The arrest and subsequent conviction of the suspect was a monumental moment in the history of the boy-in-the-box case. For the first time in over 6 decades, the perpetrator of this gruesome crime was held accountable for his actions. The sentencing of the murderer may not bring the victim back from the dead, but it has provided a sense of closure and justice to the victim's family and the community. As a society, we must continue to support law enforcement officials in their efforts to solve crimes and bring perpetrators to justice. The boy-in-the-box case serves as a reminder that no matter how long it takes, justice will eventually be served. It's only through the tireless efforts of law enforcement officials and the use of advanced investigative techniques that we can hope to solve the most heinous of crimes and ensure that justice is served all throughout. In conclusion, the resolution of the boy-in-the-box case after 65 years is a testament to the dedication and determination of the Philadelphia Police Department. The use of new technology and investigative techniques has finally solved this gruesome murder, bringing closure to the victim's family and the community. We must continue to support law enforcement officials in their quest for justice and work to ensure that no crime goes unsolved or unpunished.